Now we will learn to calculate the packing efficiency in HCP. HCP means hexagonal close packing, or CCP. CCP means cubic close packing, or it is also called as face centered, right? FCC, face centered cubic unit cell. So HCP, CCP or FCC, all the three have the same kind of efficiency and same calculation. So how to do it, we will have to now learn. In NCERT it is here. I am showing this diagram because this is colorful, so more easy to understand. The same diagram is drawn here, but it is in black and white, and I'll show you how to draw this diagram. Again, one cube is drawn. It is for face centered. So we know that the unit cell has always the atoms at the corners, all the corners, 8 corners. But why all the corners are not drawn? So that we can avoid the confusion. So what is being done? Only the atom of this corner has been drawn, and from where this middle atom has come, so this middle atom is actually on the face, this face, right? Because this is face centered, and as I already told you that a cube has 6 faces, so I have selected this face because the same diagram is there in the book, so we can draw it on this face also, this face also, any face we can take. So this is nearer to us in the diagram, and the same diagram is drawn in the book, so it will be more easy. That is why I have taken this. So this face centered diagram, you can see these atoms are at the corners, pink ones, and the black one is in the face, this face of the cube. Now if I join the centers like this, then what are we having? We are getting a triangle, this triangle, and one more triangle is this triangle. If I name it according to the alphabets given in the book, then this point is point A, this is point B, this is point C, this is point D. So what we have got? We have got 2 triangles over here. One is triangle ABC and the other is ADC, right? And for both the triangles, the line AC is a diagonal, right? It's a diagonal. So say suppose the length of this diagonal AC is equals to B, right? The length of this diagonal AC is equal to B. So this B has how many radius? Now see, it is having this entire complete circle in it. This B is made up of 1 R, 2nd R, 3rd R and 4th R. So it means this B is equals to 4R. I hope you have understood. 1 radius of this pink atom, 2 radii of this R, and the another pink atom is having 1 more R. So this B line or this B diagonal is made up of 4 radius, right? So this much if you have understood. Now let's move ahead with the derivation. In triangle ABC, now everything you will understand with this diagram also. We are talking about this triangle ABC. In this triangle AC square, we are going to apply Pythagoras theorem. AC square, that is the diagonal or you can say hypotenuse square, is equal to square of base plus square of what? Side or height, you can say. So the formula became it is AC square is equal to BC square plus AB square. AC square is equals to BC square plus AB square, right? As we know, AC, line AC, I told you line AC is equal to B. So if I write in place of AC, if I write B, then it will become AC square is equal to B square. Am I clear? Now, we very well know that in the previous video also I told you the sides are represented by A. It means if this line AC is B, then BA is A, because this is a edge, side of the cube. So side of cube is represented by A, and this side, this is also a side, so this is also A. So it means we can represent AB as A and BC also as A. Why? Because these are edges. These are edges. So it means we can write it as, in place of AC square we have written B square because AC was equal to B. In place of BC square we can write A square. In place of AB square we can write A square. I hope you have understood why B square and A square has been written. So what we have got, let me summarize it in proper way. It is actually AC square is equal to BC square plus AB square. This is what is Pythagoras theorem applied on this triangle ABC. Now we know AC is equal to B. So AC square will be equal to B square. And BC is one edge of the cube. Edge means side. Sides are represented by A. So if BC is equal to A, BC square will be equal to A square. Plus AB is also as a edge. So A square again. So what we have got, BC square is equal to, we can write it as 2A square. Understand? And if I remove this square from here and take it to this side, it will become a root. So what we will be getting, say these small steps are missing. Those who are bio students, they may be having a problem in understanding without these intermediate steps. That is why I have opened this thing and written like this. So this B, now then B will be equal to root 2A. So that is what is written here. So I hope you have understood how this has come. These many steps are there. Now if R is the radius of the sphere, as I already told you that R is the radius of the sphere, then we find, I explained earlier only, B is equal to 4R. How? 1R, 2, 3, 4R. That is why one equation we have got, B is equal to root 2A, and the other, what we are understanding, B is equal to also is 4R. So the other equation is B is equal to 4R. This is our second equation. So we know if in an equation LHS is equal, RHS will also be equal. That is why they have written this, 4R is equal to root 2A. These two will also be equal. Now if I want to get the value of A is here in multiplication with root 2. So if I want to get the value of A, root 2 will go in denominator of 4R. So we'll be getting A is equal to 4R by root 2, which can be further simplified and written as 2 root 2R. Right? So I hope this is clear. 4R by root 2 can be written as 2 root 2R. Now, we have got the formula of A from here. What we have got? Formula of A. Later on, I'll share a table because that will be needed for doing the numericals. These are the small formulas which are getting, made in between the steps. So, one formula for BCC, if anybody tells you to calculate A, that is edge length, formula will be 2 root 2R or this. Or if somebody tells you to calculate the radius, then formula will be R is equal to A upon 2 root 2. How it has come? We had written A is equal to 4R by root 2, right? Or we can also write it as 2 root 2R. So A is equal to 2 root 2R. One formula we have got. And if say suppose This we have got. And say suppose if we want to get the value of R, then R will be equal to, here it is in multiplication, here it will come in denominator. So it will become A upon 2 root 2. So we have got the formula. These two formulas later on will be used. For BCC, HCP and CCP, edge length formula is 2 root 2R and radius A upon 2 root 2. Right? So these two things I hope you have understood. Now we know that each unit cell in CCP, that is cubic closed packing structure, has effectively 4 spheres that we have already calculated. For face centered, what is the value of Z? 4. Already we have calculated. Number of atoms in FCC is 4. So total volume of 4 sphere is equal to 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. See, volume of 1 cube is 4 by 3 pi r cube. But CCP has how many cubes? How many spheres? 4 spheres. So volume of 1 sphere is this. So volume of 4 sphere will be 4 into this. And volume of 1 cube is A cube. This we have learnt in earlier video also. So A cube is what? Volume of 1 cube. But A is equal to what? 2 root 2 R. So A cube will be equal to 2 root 2 cube. Right? Now we will be putting these values in the formula of packing efficiency. The formula of packing efficiency is volume occupied by 4 spheres in the unit cell. In the last video of calculating for simple cubic, here it was only 1 cube. Now in BCC, it's not BCC, sorry, it's face centered. So in face centered or CCP or HCP, the value of the Z, that is number of atoms in unit cell, is 4. That is why we are writing volume occupied by 4 sphere upon total volume of unit cell into 100%. So 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube upon the values which we had taken out in the previous page are put up in the formula. And when you solve them, you will get the value as 74%. Understand? So this is how the efficiency, packing efficiency in HCP and CCP or face centered cubic unit cell is calculated. It is 74%.